Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl Church Stitches. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the steps I took in making this leather Dopp Kit bag. So guys, if this sounds like something you're interested to know the steps I took in designing this bag, without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to be working with this remaining synthetic leather from my previous bag tutorial. If you want to know the tutorial I worked with using this leather, I'm going to drop the link in the description box. Because the leather is not straight, I'm going to use my ruler to mark a straight starting line. So from that line, I'm going to take the width of the bag. The width I'm working with for the bag is 10 inches and the length I'm working with is 6 inches. This one I'm cutting out is the back of the bag. So the next one I'm going to be cutting out is the front. So I'm going to take the same width as the back, which is 10 inches. But the difference between the front and the back is the length. Remember we took 6 inches as the length, but I'm going to be adding extra 1 inches. The reason why I'm adding extra 1 inches to the front is because I'm going to be adding a zipper in the front. So the 1 inches is the allowance I'm going to use to add the zipper to the front of the bag. This four corner edge of the bag, I'm going to create a curve just like this and cut it out. I'll first of all work on the front of the bag. So I'm going to be adding the zipper to the front and I'm going to come down by 2 inches. So from that line of 2 inches, I'm going to divide it. I got my zipper and I'm going to attach the zipper to it. So for this zipper, the zipper is not going to start from the beginning of the bag. I'm actually going to mark 1 inches away from the side of the zipper. I'm going to use the leather material to complete the 1 inches I took away from the zip. After I was done adding the zip to the front, this is how it looks like. So what I'm going to do now is to get the back part and retake the shape of the bag, because the front and back needs to have the same shape. So I'm going to retake the shape of the bag and I'm going to cut away the excess allowance. I'm going to measure out where I'll be adding the upper base of the bag and the base of the bag. So I'm going to mark down 3 inches just like this on both sides. So from that 3 inches, I'm going to be taking the measurement to get the base of the bag. When I say upper base of the bag, just know that is the part of the bag that carries the zip on top of it. And when I say the base of the bag, just know that it's the down part of the bag. You understand? So this one I'm measuring now is the down part base of the bag. And after measuring it, I got 15 inches as the length. So I'm also going to start from that 3 inches marked line and measure the upper base of the bag. I got 13.5 inches, but I'm going to approximate it to 14 inches. I'm going to be cutting out the upper base of the bag and the base of the bag. Remember we got length 15 inches as the down part base of the bag, and the width and working weight is 4 inches. The same thing applies to the upper base of the bag. I'm going to cut out the length as 14 inches, the width as 4 inches. I'm going to be dividing it into two because I'm going to be adding zipper to it. The next thing I'm going to be cutting out now is the handle for the bag. So I don't know if I should take the length as 8 inches or I should take the length as 10 inches, but I'm going to take the length as 10 inches. While we are sewing and adding the handle to the bag, if the length is much, I'm going to reduce it. So I'm going to be cutting out the length as 10 inches and the width as 2.5 inches. I'm going to stitch up another leather to this front part so that you can differentiate this front zipper space to the main zipper space of the bag. So I'm going to be cutting it out and I'm going to go right to my sewing machine and stitch it up. I'll be adding cord to the bag and I'm working with this thick cord. So I'm going to go right to my sewing machine and add the cord to it. After adding the cord to the bag, this is how it looks like, and where the both cord meets actually covered it using the material. So I'm going to be showing you guys how you can cover up where the both cord meet. Basically just get a small piece of the leather or the material you're working with and just pass it just this way and go right and stitch it up. I'm going to be adding the zipper to the side, and I have a detailed tutorial on how you can add zipper neatly to your bag. I'm going to drop the link in the description box. At the same time, I'm going to be folding the handle. So I'm going to just fold the handle like this. And go right to my sewing machine and stitch this one part and also sub stitch the second part. So after adding the zip to the upper base of the bag and joining the base to it, and this is how it looks like. Everything came out so beautiful. Like I said, if you want to know how I added this stuff, you watch the tutorial I'm going to drop in the description box on how to add zipper to your bag. I'm going to stitch one part of the handle to this front part just like this. I'm going to find the center of this front part of the bag and I'm going to stitch it. I'll be joining the side of the bag to the body of the bag like this, and to do this I'm going to find the center of this body of the bag and also find the center of the side of the bag, and I'm going to stitch them both together. At this situation, make sure that the length of the side is equal to the length of the main body of the bag. If not, I don't know what your bag will look like, but is definitely need to be equal. You understand? For this bag to come out really nice. This applies to any bag you are adding side to, this kind of side. The circumference of the side should be equal to the circumference of the main bag, and believe me, your bag is going to come out very beautiful. Before stitching the back of the bag to the bag, I'm going to add this handle like this. After stitching the handle to the side, I'm now going to stitch up the back of the bag to it. So guys, after adding the side of the bag, this is how it looks like. But I had a very small complication, which is this handle. Like I said before, if you're following me from the beginning of this video, I measured out 10 inches as the length of this handle, but finally I took 8 inches because when stitching I noticed that the length 10 inches is much, so I had to remove extra 2 inches from it, and the handle is now looking normal, like, you understand. So I'm going to turn the bag inside out. So guys, these are the steps I took in making this Dopp Kit bag. I know this video was very interesting because I too enjoyed it. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like thumbs up. Share this video to people that you know that it will be interesting to, that are going to really need this making of this bag, like they have been looking for it. And finally, Checha Stitches came out with something beautiful. Subscribe to this channel for more beautiful videos like this. Thank you guys for watching, and see you all in my next tutorial. Bye.